Hey Geometry, I've got a new video for you over 4.2. It's basically just talking about how to decide whether or not a statement is true or false, providing counterexamples. You kind of did it already in the last section. And then I'm going to review how to do inverse, converse, contrapositive again, just to see it with fresh eyes today. And hopefully you guys are making progress on this stuff. So, all the circled ones are the ones I intend to do on 4.2 notes. So let's get started. Use the diagram over here to determine which statements are true and which statements are false. So it says points R, S, and T are collinear. Collinear means same line. R and T are on the same line. S is not on that line. False. Pretty easy, huh? UTR, which is this angle right here, so I'll put a little notch to designate that's what we're looking at, and UTW, which is this one right here, UTW. I'll do double so that we can distinguish between the two. UTR and UTW are supplementary. Well, together these two angles this angle plus this angle make a dome. A dome is 180 degrees. The definition of supplementary is that two angles add up to 180 degrees. So, are they supplementary? Yes. How about points R, S, and T? Do they lie in the same plane? Well, think about this. This whiteboard is a plane, okay? 2 dimensions. Now, there is nothing in this that would indicate that any of these points are in a third dimension, all right? It's all in this same plane. So, R, S, and T, they make up a triangle, which is a 2-dimensional figure. It's a plane. So are R, S, and T in the same plane? Are they coplanar? They are. Number 4, the line ST is perpendicular to the line RS. So here's the line ST. Perpendicular means forms a right angle with. RS. That's a right angle. These 2 lines formed that angle. Are they perpendicular? They sure are. That's true. Number 5, VTS, so this one right here, and UTX, so this one right here, are vertical angles. Well, what are vertical angles? Vertical angles are directly across from each other that are formed when you intersect 2 lines. So D and A are vertical angles. B and C are vertical angles. Here's one of the lines. Here's the other line. Are they directly across from one another? They are. They're vertical angles, all right. How about angle STR and RTU? So STR and RTU. Are they complementary? Well, what does complementary mean? Well, basically it means, does the measure of STR plus the measure of RTU equal 90 degrees? Well, because this is a right angle, these two angles add up to 180. Actually, these three angles add up to 180. So if this angle right here is 90 degrees, right, then these two angles here also have to add up to 90 degrees because we need the 180 degrees to fill out this dome right here. Do they add up to 90? Yes, they do. Wow. So many true statements. All right, number 7. Point W is right here. Is in the interior of UTS. So here's UTS. The only point that's interior to UTS is point R. So point R is in the interior of UTS, but not point W. So this is going to be a false statement. So that's pretty much what you guys are doing on a lot of the homework today. Seems pretty easy, yeah? I also put an example right here, number 13. Basically, the directions on the homework are going to say, give a counterexample to the converse of the statement. Okay? So number 13 is actually going to show up on your homework. Here's how you're going to answer that on your homework. First, you're going to write the converse. So if you remember, the converse is switching the if and then parts. You switch the if part with the then part, you've got the converse. So if you live in Michigan, then you live in Detroit. That would be the converse of the statement. Your job then is to say, my counterexample, if you live in Michigan, you could live in Ann Arbor. You could live in Dearborn. You could live in Lansing. You could live in a bunch of places that are not Detroit. You could live, I'll just pick one of those, in Dearborn, okay? There's my counterexample. That's not true all the time. Okay. Oh, I gave you guys an extra credit assignment too on this. I just want you to get some more review with 4.1 Part 2. So just a reminder, here's how you do the converse, inverse, and contrapositive to a certain statement. I will pick number 16 here, okay? So number 16, we're just going to go over again how you do those three things. So what's the converse? What's the inverse? And what's the contrapositive? Well, the original statement is, if two angles are congruent, then they have the same measure. So my original statement, right here. The converse switches the if and the then statement. So you'd say, if they have the same measure. So instead of putting they, because that's a pronoun, we want to put the antecedent first. We want to talk about two angles. So if, instead of saying they, I'm going to say the two angles, okay? If two angles have the same measure, then they are congruent. There's my converse. Which, by the way, that's a true statement. Second one, the inverse. This is where you negate the first statement, negate the second statement. So, if two angles are not congruent, not congruent, then they do not have the same measure. So that's the inverse. You're making the first part negative, and it implies that the second part's going to be negative. By the way, that's also true. If two angles are not congruent, then they certainly don't have the same measure. And then lastly, the contrapositive. This is where you take your inverse and flip it around so that it's kind of like the converse of the inverse. So you're going to say, if two angles do not have the same measure, if two angles do not have the same measure, okay, then they are not congruent. They are not congruent. Okay, so I'm offering you guys a little bit of extra credit just to kind of practice these things that aren't really all that natural, especially with mathematics. So get those done. Deadline is 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. So I am not going to assign anything new on Friday. So a little celebration. And just make sure you use Friday to catch up on anything you have not done so far in this class and your other classes. Thanks for watching.